second and long here, second about 7 inside the chains here, cross midfield. Jayhawks into Wildcat territory here on the first drive. 12 minutes left here and ticking in the first quarter. No score on the board as of yet. Back in the shotgun. Handoff to Sims. Sims to the 45, another couple yards there, straight up the middle on the draw.
That's good containment.
I believe Arthur Brown on the tackle. Sorry, Ethan.
That's all right. Good containment by the defensive line for Kansas State, but also a nice job by Sims just to find what little hole there was there and at least make something out of it. And so now there's a big test. Third down and about 6 to go for Kansas. They're going to have to use that protection of that offensive line led by Hatch.
Third down at 6. Big play here on the opening drive. 2 wide receivers near, too far. Beery in here once again, the tight end, the senior tight end. Jordan drops back. He will be sacked. Jordan Webb will be sacked all the way back, way behind the line of scrimmage by Meshach Williams getting in there on the sack. So a huge loss that time, all the way back to inside the chains, but it'll be about 4th down and 10 now.
Meshach Williams, one of several JUCO transfers that Kansas State utilizes. They're one of the best teams in the country at utilizing JUCO players, and that was not more of a protection issue. That was just coverage breaking down because the play took so long to develop, and Jordan Webb had to try to improvise, and there was just nothing there.
So the punt team will come out here. Ryan Doherty will get the punt off. That's kind of a high punt. Will be all the way back to about the 5-yard line. Lockett will take it there, and he'll be shoelace tackled down at the 15.
Nice
Excuse me, that will be Duncan. Excuse me, tackle that time. Ben Healy.
That's a great tackle by Ben Heaney. Got him by the ankles, and Lockett returned to kickoff 100 yards for a touchdown last week against Texas Tech. He's dangerous in open space, and that was an awesome tackle right there to keep the field position in the Jayhawks' favor.
So here we go, seeing this Wildcat offense run-oriented by far. Colin Klein, their QB, 578 rush yards on the season with 10 touchdowns. Passing for 7, though, 7 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So definitely a dual-threat quarterback. Colin Klein under center this time, man in motion. He will hand it off to Hubert in the backfield, the running back, John Hubert, 5'7", 185-pound sophomore. I believe Steven Johnson that time on the tackle. The stud, we've talked about stud and Arthur Brown. Steven Johnson is a stud on the Jayhawk defense.
Yep, that's a 64th tackle in the season, leads the Big 12. Also, of course, this Kansas team. Even got an interception last week. He's the leader on this defense.
So now here we go once again, 2nd and about 7 after that short gain here. Inside the chains at their 15-yard line. Now Wildcats heading right to left on the field. Colin Klein back in the shotgun. Will fake the handoff. He'll keep it himself, show his wheels, and go straight up the middle on the QB draw and gain only a couple yards. Good tackle that time by Steven Johnson once again.
Also, Tudi Bakari came in from the other linebacker position. He came in there, did a nice job getting in the backfield just enough and slowing the progress down of Klein, the quarterback, and that's what Kansas is going to have to do every time he runs the ball.
So a big third down here as Kiva Agostino and Lewandowski down there are trying to get the fans fired up. As you hear the Jayhawk faithful getting a little bit louder here. 9:37 left. No score on the board so far. Colin Klein once again from the shotgun. Hubert along his side. 2 wide receivers near, too far. He drops back, was pressured, and that'll be incomplete. The pass intended for Tremaine Thompson. Lubbock Smith on the coverage that time for the Jayhawks. So turnover on down. Well, not turnover. It'll be 4th down. 4th and about 5 or 6. So that'll probably bring the punt team out on the field.
And you also have to give credit there, David, to what's his name there? Tobin O'Purum. I don't know why I skipped his name there for a second. He came off the edge there of that defensive end position, that buck linebacker / defensive end spot, and put the pressure on Klein to force him that overthrow. Nice job by O'Purum.
Bashirs and Dougal back deep to return this punt. Punt is up and off. It'll be a high punt, a rainbow punt. Bashirs will take it at the 43-yard line, and he's going to keep moving with a guy trying to take him down from a shoelace, but he'll get it all about across the 45-yard line, tackled by Loomis, Jared Loomis, linebacker here for the Wildcats. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break after this stoppage of play. 9:15 left here in the first quarter. You're listening to Jayhawk football on your sound alternative, KJHK 90.7 FM and KJHK.org. To Memorial Stadium, historic Memorial Stadium, here on the campus of the University of Kansas. David Elliott joining Ethan Denton for this morning's broadcast. The Kansas Jayhawks taking on the undefeated Kansas State Wildcats, hailing from Manhattan, Kansas, just a few miles west of here. Down the road, no score here as we've been through 2 possessions. One apiece for each team. 9:15 left here in the first quarter. No score up on the board. I've seen a lot of good things out of this KU defense so far.
Well, absolutely. On defense, when you get a 3 and out, especially also on offense, even though they ended up having to punt the ball, they picked up a couple first downs. They got the field position on their side. Then the defense used that to their advantage, forcing a 3 and out, getting Kansas the ball back right near midfield. Now all Kansas has to do on offense is turn that into points.
Yeah, I think they had the opportunity. They were driving right down the field on that first drive. But, yeah, exactly like you just said, did not turn it into points. Again, Kansas leads this series 65-38-5 overall. About get back under action here. Kansas will have the ball close to the 50-yard line. Drops back. Jordan Webb will be sacked once again. I believe that's Meshach Williams once again getting in the backfield. Tackle for a loss once again.
Left tackle Jeff Spikes missed the block there, and that's something you can't have happen, especially on first down, because now with the way Kansas likes to run the ball, they're forced to pass on the second longs, third and longs type situations, and you just cannot have that.
So after that loss, it'll be second down, and, well, aforementioned Manhattan, way back there behind the line. The ball will be spotted at about the 36-yard line. So got to get at least 15 or 17 yards. Snap is off. Jordan Webb will throw the dump off to, I believe it's Tony Pearson, the freshman, number 23. And he'll get a good chunky yardage, but not near enough to get back inside the chains. Good
block out there. I believe that might have been A.J. Stewart out there setting a block on the edge side and was able to get the runner out to the edge there, Pearson. And so picked up a few yards there, but still third and long.
Third down and long now, 8:28 left here in the first quarter. No score up on the board. Jordan Webb in the shotgun, one running back to his left side, one wide receiver far side, 3 near. We're going to have a false start penalty, I believe, here. We'll get the call.
And that was when Kansas was looking to the line, to the coaches, to see what the signal was, and somebody flinched the wrong way there. And again, there's little mental errors you cannot have, and that's, I don't know, I couldn't tell if that was on the offensive line or not, but that's something you just cannot afford to have.
I believe they called it on number 86, Tim Beery, the senior captain, tight end. John Mackey Award watch list for that guy. Receptions leader of this team at 21 receptions so far this year, so a very strange penalty that time on Beery. So back under action here after the penalty, still third and very long. Sims in the backfield alongside Jordan Webb from the shotgun. Webb will drop back, pass. He's got a man open. It's DJ Bashirs, but that was thrown into double coverage. It'll be incomplete. Would have taken them all down to the 25, but incomplete.
Yeah, initially the double coverage didn't get there until the ball almost got there because Bashirs was open initially down that left sideline. Webb had to throw that maybe a second sooner, but even so, it would have been a tough play to get that thrown in there because he was facing pressure.
Ty Zimmerman on the coverage that time. That will bring out the punt team after that incomplete pass. So here comes Ron Doherty once again to punt this ball away for the Jayhawks. Tyler Lockett back deep for the Wildcats to receive, standing right now at about the 20-yard line. Kick is off. It's a horrible punt as it'll be hit the ground at about the 31 and bounce. It'll be downed and go out of bounds by the Jayhawks at about the 27-yard line. So that's where the Wildcats will come back to face a 1st and 10 now, heading right to left across your radio dial. 7:40 left here in the first quarter. We're going to go back and take a quick break, send it back to the studio for a short commercial. You're listening to Jayhawk football on the student home for KU Sports 90.7 FM.